Hey, so today we're going to talk about how to reduce stress in your life when you have to go into a situation that you don't want to go to. A lot of times family can cause stress, right? We'll start with family for instance, and most of the time they're not avoidable, but there comes a certain point where you need to decide what is right for you, right? So if somebody in your family causes you stress and you either just don't get along, you never see eye to eye, it's always an argument, they're nasty, whatever it might be, there's no reason that you need to be around them. Like, all right, even with the holidays, like, you don't have to go to your relative's house if they cause you stress or they cause you anxiety, because none of that is good for your goals. So it doesn't matter what goals you have, whether they're fitness or health related, causing stress and anxiety is going to slow you down. So, you're either going to stress eat or you're going to drink a lot, right? So if you have to drink to get through your relatives, especially during the holidays, don't go. All right? If doing something with someone in your family causes you that much stress, and then in that instance causes stress on, your significant other or everybody else in the situation, just avoid it. And, when you avoid it, they say that, the person that avoids confrontation or a stressful situation just does a battle with themselves. You have to know that no one is going to take care of you except yourself, right? So stop taking care of everyone else. Stop worrying what everyone else is going to think, because all that matters is your mental health, right? So it doesn't matter, if they're going to talk about you not being there, let them. Who cares, right? Because you're happy. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters, is that you are content and happy with your decision. And how you get content and happy with that decision is when you've had enough of dealing with this other person's bullshit, right? So, excuse my language, but it's true. So once you are content with the feeling of, hey, I don't need to be in this situation because it doesn't put me in a good spot. I don't like to drink my feelings away. I don't like to overeat. I don't like to do any of that stuff. Those are the thoughts that you have in your head. And if you feel that way, then just avoid that situation and know you are making the right decision for you. And at the end of the day, that's really all that matters. And if, everyone else can't understand that, then do they really care about you? That's what you also have to think about. And you can't choose your family. And, sometimes it's not, you don't get along with everybody in your family or anyone in your family. And that's okay, because you didn't choose them, right? They're always your family, and hopefully they'll always be there if you need them. But if they cause you stress, let's just say you have, an older aunt that is very opinionated, or drinks a lot and says ridiculous stuff, and you just can't, she picks on your little kids because she doesn't understand kids these days, and you have a 4 or 5 year old and they just don't get kids these days because they're old and decrepit, and it causes you stress because they're picking on your child. Avoid that aunt. So if you're going to your brother or sister's house and they're there, just be like, thanks for the invite, but I really don't want to be around this person. And I don't want you not to invite them because of me. We'll celebrate the holiday another time, right? Or we'll celebrate so-and-so's birthday another time. You don't need to put yourself in those situations. So, and you can start with little things, let's just talk about work. All the coworkers are going out for happy hour on Fridays, right? And you can't stand this one coworker and they're going this week. If that one coworker is going to make you drink more because you can't stand the sight or the thought or the sound of their voice, don't go. Say, hey, you know what, guys? Thanks for the invite, but I'm going to skip out this week. I got something else to do. And you'll notice how much better you feel because you stood up for yourself. So it also is creating self-empowerment, right? And that's important, to stand up for ourselves, because we don't do it enough. So if you are ever in a situation where you don't want to be in, know that you have the power to say no. And you are the only person that has the power to say no. So start saying no, and I promise you're going to start feeling so much better. And when you have less stress, if your goal is weight loss, watch the weight fall off, because you're not going to be stressed. Stress causes so much hormone imbalance. All of this stuff goes on in your body when you're stressed out. So if weight loss or just being healthy is a goal, you have to get rid of the stress. And if you're stressed out about being around certain people, you have to change your environment. All right. And even if that is your job in general, you have to change your job. Heck, that's how I got to Bodies by Colotti, right? My previous job, I was so stressed, it wasn't doing me any justice. I was literally drinking my life away. I just didn't see it at that point because I was so involved in the situation. I was working 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. with no break and then going to the bar, eating out, eating like crap. And I finally took a weekend off and realized that this is not the life I want. My weekend off of relaxation and not stressing is the life I want. And then I went back to work on Monday and stress was thrown right back in my face at 5 a.m. And I said, you know what? Something's got to change, and it's this place. And here I am now, and I'm happier than I've ever been because I changed my environment and I finally said, you know what, Julie, you're better than this, and you don't need to surround yourself by these people. It's not necessary. So I said no. They started inviting me out. It took about 3 months, but they, whenever they had outings, I was like, no, I'm not going to go because it did me no good. Like, besides the fact that I was being social and fitting in and doing the right thing, right? Doing the right thing isn't always right for you. So stop doing the right thing for other people and for other people to think you're doing the right thing and start doing the right thing for you.